Welcome back to the Christian Women's Health Collective podcast. We are in the month of May. I don't know why I always announce what month we're in, but that's the month we're in. We are talking about habits this month. And for this week in particular, we are going to be focused on our health coaching specialty and how habits and what habits can help you in that particular area of health and wellness. So I am going to just encourage you, if you're part of the membership, to please stop here and go listen in the membership, because you'll get the full coaching session. And if you're not in our membership, I encourage you to listen through the podcast and then go join the membership so you can get the actual training session that comes with it. Thank you for joining us today, and I will now turn it over to Julie.
Well, hello. I used to not have habits, really, just your basic kind of habits. And the habits that I had were geared more towards around work, or not planned out habits, but more so kind of what I thought I had to have life habits, if that makes sense, or what I saw other people identify as a habit because it helped them. I thought it would help me. What really changed for me, of course, was losing Zach and just being at a place where it was, okay, I don't want to die. I don't want to be an unhealthy person, because I could feel just life change. And I think that's where really identifying new habits came into place. And it literally took saying, okay, what is this going to look like? How do I make this happen? And planning out each little piece. My habit started with 5 minutes of meditation, which I thought was going to be the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. So I'll talk about several of my habits and exactly what, my routine looks like in the membership. But developing habits and kind of getting direction, a godly direction, because I knew that would be what would give me the life change that I needed and that I've always looked for, is really the start of what changed all of the habits. And it's interesting because they didn't just happen all at once. It's like climbing a ladder, trying a few things and seeing, does this work? And then that wasn't for me. It didn't make me happy. And so a lot of it is just finding that joy. So I cannot wait to share more about what my routine looks like with you in the membership.
Sheri, you're up.
I'm up. So with the habits in the area that I work in, I'm helping people with inflammation. I'm helping them reduce inflammation. I am helping them move into a more clean eating, getting into eating real food and away from all the processed foods. And so that's and creating healthy habits. And so one of the main things that I do is I run a 6-week wellness program, and it's generally in a group. But sometimes I do, work with people one-on-one with that. But I'm helping them, change what they're eating so that they're creating less inflammation in their body. So, like I said, moving into real foods and learning how, and what to buy, what ingredients to look for. And then, as far as some of the other habits that I work with the people as well is, exercise. Just for me, it's not in general a specific exercise, but just the fact that you get out and exercise. So, and moving your body, because God made your body to move. He didn't make it to sit on the couch, I know, but he wants you to move your body. And sleep, because sleep is so important. And so working on different habits around getting good quality sleep and quantity. And that looks different for everybody as well. And then I would say, a fourth area would be just relaxing, just, spending time away from things, grounding, getting in nature, getting just away spiritually, reading the Bible, listening to podcasts or whatnot, but just getting away from the crazy of the world. So that's kind of, and I will go into more detail in that in our group. So hope you'll join us there. How about you, Bree?
So the most important habit that I've formed is fasting. And that is because making fasting a habit has improved my physical health and my spiritual health in more ways than I can count on just this short podcast. But incorporating fasting into your daily routine is, I think, really important. And I think it's a routine that so many people don't prioritize, or maybe they don't know the value of. Like, I certainly didn't. I didn't know the value of fasting. I didn't even realize that it was safe. But since incorporating fasting into our daily lives, it has made an incredible difference in my health and in my relationship with God, and spending that time with Him instead of the time that I would normally spend eating. And so fasting has become a normal part of our lives, in that we do a different amount of fasting every day, depending on our daily activities. So some days we will not eat breakfast. Some days we'll eat dinner early and fast longer through the night, and then we'll have breakfast. Sometimes we'll do a 24-hour fast. We'll fast most of the day. Sometimes we'll fast overnight. Sometimes we just don't fast. We do a shorter fast where we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2 days in a row. So it really depends on your schedule and how much you want to fast. Like, what are your goals when it comes to fasting? But really, it's just making it part of your daily routine and changing your mindset in thinking that you have to eat all the time when you don't. And so not eating when you're not hungry is just second nature now. For myself and my husband, we just don't eat when we're not hungry. Like today, we didn't eat breakfast. We had a really busy morning. We had to leave early, and we worked through lunch. And we're going to have a little bit later dinner than we normally would because we're recording podcasts right now. So it's really just incorporating it into your daily life and making it work for you, so that you can improve your health.
Well, for me, I have my grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's. My mother currently has late stage Alzheimer's, and she is only 72 years old. And when I say late stage, I mean she's 1 foot in the grave at this point. And my dad's mom had dementia when she died. So it just runs really rampant in my family. I carry both the genetic variants for it. So when I started studying brain health and Alzheimer's prevention, the habits that I began to form and that I teach on are actually quite overlapping with everyone to some degree, but it's definitely, I have a course that I have created, as well as my own private membership in my group that talks about the 5 pillars of Alzheimer's prevention. And those are basically habits that we have to form in order to prevent Alzheimer's and to heal our brain from all the damage that we do throughout life, not knowing what we need to do to take care of ourselves. So those habits are sleep. And when we get behind the membership, into the membership area, of course, I'll go into more detail, but it's sleep. You definitely want to make sure you're getting good sleep. And fasting is, this is an order of importance. So sleep is the most important thing you want to focus on when you're trying to maintain your brain health. Then you want to make sure you're getting good fasting in. Intermittent fasting is highly suggested for brain health. And then extended fasts for, at least a few times a year. And that can mean 24, 48, or 72 hours. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. And I'll let Bree go a lot more into fasting when we get into the membership area. And then the third thing is your nutrition. It's making sure that the nutrition is focused on brain health. That piggybacks a lot off of what Sheri said about removing processed foods and things like that from your diet. The fourth pillar is going to be your exercise. And for me, it's not a lot of cardio. It's a lot of heavy weightlifting and some HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. And I do that 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And then the fifth pillar is mindset, and it is getting into your Bible. It is talking to God. It is removing the stress, because stress creates so much damage in the body. And I'm sure we can all talk about that in the membership, but stress is probably the worst thing for all the ailments that are out there, for just emphasizing them and making them so much worse. So cleaning all of that up and changing your habits around that can be really hard. And that's what we're here to help you change. So we ask you to please join our membership so that we can help you create better habits. And we're going to go tell our members how to do that now. So if you're not in the membership group, come on and get in at $7. If you are in the membership, I hope that you have moved to the membership group now to finish watching this. If you haven't, please go do that. And we are really honored to be on this podcast platform. We ask that you please leave us a review if you're listening on a podcast platform, which is iTunes or Spotify or Google Play. Leave us a 5-star review, please, and let us know in the comments what you'd like to hear from us. We'd love to share on things that really inspire you to listen to us. Also, if you're listening on YouTube, please be sure to leave a comment in the comment section and let us know what's on your heart and what you would like to hear from us, because we are here for you. We want to serve you as well as 1,000 women this year. So we ask that you please share with all of your friends and family about us, and let us get the word out so we can help you help others, and help you help yourselves and help others. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to
like,
subscribe,
Share.
and hit that notification bell so you know every time we put out a new podcast. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.